Okay, Samantha. So when you opened your first account, do you remember knowing the difference between a savings account or a checking account?
I don't know if I knew what the difference was. I was very young, and I do remember getting checks, and they had Looney Tune characters on it.
Looney Tune characters.
Looney Tune, and I loved it. It was the best thing ever. And I just kept writing checks to all my friends, and my mom had to like explain to me that's a real money.
You were like actually ripping off checks.
Like $10 here.
It's a good thing these kids weren't scammers back
I wanted
then.
everybody to see the Looney Tune checks I got. They were awesome. But to answer your question, I don't think I actually knew what the difference between a savings and a checking account actually was.
I don't think I remember either. My neighbor, his mom used to always brag about him having a savings account and how much money he had in it. He would collect cans and then go and deposit them. And I used to go to my mom and be like, why can't I have a savings account? And she just never answered. It's actually super common that a lot of people start out with savings accounts as their first accounts. It's actually the go-to account that most parents go to when starting to teach their kids about managing money.
Absolutely. Savings accounts are very basic deposit accounts. Most savings accounts are insured by the FDIC for up to $250,000.
And that's super important to fact check when you open a bank account. The FDIC stands for Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation. And what the FDIC does is that they protect your money at the bank for up to $250,000, like Samantha just said. So let's say that if the bank did go under and they lost everything, you'd be protected for up to $250,000 per person per bank.
Right. And the same goes for the credit unions, except the company that insures your money is the National Credit Union Insurance Fund.
And let's make something clear. Let's say that you had $300,000 in a bank and the bank actually was FDIC insured, or it was a credit union and it was also insured, and they went under. You'd only be protected again for up to $250,000 per person per bank. So it's important to note that when you become wealthy, which you will.
Yes, you will.
That you separate your money into different banks. Never have more than $250,000 at any bank at any given time. So make sure that when you become wealthy, which you will, $250 here, $250 there, $250 there, and you'll be A-okay.
$250 everywhere. Okay, back to savings accounts. So it's really important to understand what's happening to your money on the back end when you deposit it into a savings account. So basically, when you put money in a savings account, you're giving the bank permission to then lend that money out to other bank members. And so basically, because they're able to lend that money out, they pay you a small interest rate.
And in return, the people that they're letting borrow that money after you've put it in the account, they charge them an even higher interest rate to sort of help balance that out. So I know Samantha talked about a lot of things and it can get a little complicated. So let's break it down.
I said like one thing.
All right, let's break it down into an example regardless, because, you know, some people be slow like me, don't be getting it all the time. So let's say that I borrow some money from Samantha. Not some money, you know, she ain't.
I am some money. You call me some money if you want.
All right, well, we're going to call her some money from now. So let's say that I asked Samantha some money. I can't even do it. It's so funny. Let's say that I asked Samantha to borrow some money. And in turn, she charges me $5 to do so. So then I let you borrow some money, and then I charge you $20 to let you borrow that money. So in return, I end up making $15 from the transaction, and I didn't even have to use my own money to do so.
Sounds like a good deal to me. Savings accounts are great tools for learning how to build a habit for saving. They're great for stashing your emergency fund, which is basically a fund that you want to keep far enough away so that you don't blow it on like pizza or something like that, but still close enough to where if something happens and you need to get to some money fast, you can. They're also really great for your really big spending goals. So it's probably a good idea to put money in a savings account versus a checking account if you're not going to be using that money on everyday expenses, bills, and other like regular shopping.
Okay, and a not so fun fact is that approximately 54% of African American homes and 43% of Hispanic households are either unbanked or underbanked altogether. And this is costing them approximately a lifetime cost of $40,000 in lost interest payments and potential bank perks.
Wow, $40K is a lot of money.
That's $40,000. Do you know what you can do with $40,000?
I know a few things I could do with $40,000.
Hey, Samantha, why do you think that people don't have bank accounts?
That is a great topic, and we'll get to it in another video.
Stay tuned, guys. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Oh, you remember that song, Kid Rock?
Yes.
some money.
I like
Some
that.
money.
That
I like
could be
some
my
money.
name. Samantha,
So,
no. Call me some money.
Some money. So I asked some money here to let me borrow some money. And they will